What's up, guys? I'm Jacob Suggs, and welcome back to the Real Deal podcast, where we give you the real deal on movies. As always, I'm joined with my co-host, Jacob Hill from Shadowblade Film Productions.
Hello again. It's been so long.
It has been an incredible long time since our last podcast. We recorded some, they never came to fruition, they never were finished, but here we are, we're back at last, and we're here to talk about movies that we can't wait to see and can't not see in 2017. So I've got a list, and the lists go as heck yeah, heck nah, and cautiously optimistic on my iPhone. I went down Wikipedia to check out the releases of the big name movies coming out in 2017. And we can talk about it, and we're going to give you our thoughts on movies coming out. So hopefully it'll be a pretty cool year for movies. I know everybody's looking forward to January's big release, The Bye Bye Man. I know I am, because it looks like a solid 10 out of an Oscar bait movie.
I'm more preferably impartial to Monster Trucks.
And Monster Trucks looks incredible, to be frankly honest with you. In all honesty, I can't wait to see The Bye Bye Man because I can't wait to see how awful it is. I don't like scary movies, but this one looks incredibly funny. It looks like a 2004 released movie. Monster Trucks might go in my cautiously optimistic. I don't think it'll be good, but do I think it'll be fun? Maybe. And I think it'll be fun for kids and their families.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that, do I expect it to be a really great movie? No. Do I expect it to be a good movie? Probably not. But if it's fun and it's creative and it's original, I can respect that. So as long as it's not like filled with pop culture references, I think we'll be safe. But for my number one most anticipated movie, actually, let's start with that. Jacob, what is your number one most anticipated movie of 2017?
Transformers 5. The last night.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I know that you're a massive fan of that franchise. I know that a lot of people are like, some people love it, some people hate it. That new trailer was very divisive among fans and critics, I guess, alike. But I actually saw the trailer again in IMAX, and frankly, I don't have that many problems with it. It actually looks kind of interesting. But that being said, I'm not a fan of all of the Transformers movies. You know that.
Yeah.
I like the first one, and I like the third one. The third one's probably my favorite, even though I can't even consider that a good movie. I think it's just more of a very entertaining movie. But I did not like Age of Extinction. We actually saw that together, and you like Age of Extinction.
Yeah.
I'm not that crazy about it. But for me, it's always the odd numbered Transformers movies that are good, that are at least enjoyable for me. So I'm hoping that The Last Night lives up to a little bit of promise and maybe introduces some cool new concepts, but I don't think that they will. It's Michael Bay behind the camera, so it just worries me a little bit, but it does look intriguing, so I'll give it that.
Yeah.
As for me, and it's actually the first one on my list, Star Wars Episode 8. The last movie I'll probably be seeing in 2017, but my most anticipated one by far.
Well, yeah. That's
a
good choice.
Yeah, we don't know what happens, and I can't wait to see where Rian Johnson takes Rey and Poe and Finn and Kylo Ren and all these amazing characters. And it's going to be very bittersweet to see Carrie Fisher again on the screen, because it's very sad to know that, she passed away and stuff. That's very sad. She was a great Princess Leia, you really can't compete with that. And to see Leia's basically farewell to the silver screen in Episode 8 is going to be a very heartwarming thing if done properly, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
But going down the list, we have a few comic book movies to begin. First off, Wonder Woman. Will it be the hit DC's looking for? Or not?
Maybe.
I think it will. Honestly, Wonder Woman looks great. And, okay, here's where I kind of deviate from the formula a little bit. Okay, Wonder Woman to me will be a success either way. And here's why. Ghostbusters was not a good movie in my opinion. Got positive reviews. Odd enough. But, that being said, for all of the little negative reviews that they got and the overwhelmingly dislikes on their trailer on YouTube, the cast and the crew went absolutely crazy and blamed everything on, misogynist, not liking the trailer and stuff like that. And unfortunately, and I hope Wonder Woman's a great movie because it's a genuinely great movie. It's Wonder Woman's first on-screen appearance, and I can't wait to see that. And I think strong female characters in movies are important. Of course they are. But I do feel like you shouldn't have a female hero in a movie just for the sake of having a female character in a movie.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's memorable. and that's where I feel like Hollywood's falling a little bit flat, like Divergent and stuff. That those movies aren't that memorable because they they're just not. The main character is not interesting. She's mainly just written in to be the female character. If you like Divergent, nothing against you, and if you disagree with me, that's fine. But that's where I stand on that. And it's also like a Hunger Games clone to me. So that's that. But I think with Wonder Woman, I think Wonder Woman's going to be a massive financial success for DC either way, for sure. And I can't wait to see Wonder Woman. It looks genuinely awesome, right? I can't wait to see what they do. I'm a big Chris Pine fan as well, and I really loved Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and Batman v Superman. But I think that either way it's going to be a success, because if you get negative reviews, you're going to have your hardcore feminists and other people basically blaming the negative reviews on, you know, the same thing that Ghostbusters did, which I don't want Wonder Woman to turn into a Ghostbusters situation, but knowing the world that we live in and how crazy it is, I'm pretty sure it will, unfortunately. Yeah. But that being said, that might make the movie, it might make or break the movie. And I think it all comes down to the reviews. I think that in the end, I think Wonder Woman will be DC's big hit movie that they've been looking for, because it looks different. Like, you have the colors going on, and you have the action going on, and it just feels like it has personality to it. You know what I mean? Like, it has color and life to it, unlike Batman v Superman did.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Even though I liked Batman v Superman.
Oh, I just want to point something out. I'm almost certain the next superhero movie you're probably going to talk about, if you're going by release date, is most likely Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. But I want to jump to Spider-Man Homecoming real quick, because I'm just going down the list here of all the movies getting released. And I just noticed Donald Glover is in Homecoming.
Yes, he wanted to play Miles Morales. He was, campaigning for that, and he didn't get the role, unfortunately.
I've known about that, because but who's he going to
play?
Tom
Holland. But yeah, I think he's going to be I don't know who Donald Glover is going to be in the movie. If you know, comment below and let us know. I'm not too sure, but I think it'll be kind of cool. I like Donald Glover. He's an awesome. Everything about Donald Glover to me is awesome.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite people. I just like how, his music's great. He can act. The guy's fun. He's got personality. I can't wait to see Ms. Lando in that Han Solo movie. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But man, as for Spider-Man, I don't know about Donald Glover, but I do know that I think the trailer for Spider-Man Homecoming looked absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think everybody's kind of universally can't wait to see that. That actually comes out 2 days before my birthday. July 7th is the release date. My birthday is on the 9th, so Spider-Man, best birthday gift ever. I'll take it.
My birthday is on the 22nd, and the day before, Dunkirk is being released.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I can't wait to see that either. That's actually on my list of movies I can't wait to see.
Unfortunately, the other movies that are being released are something called Girl Trip. It's got Queen Latifah in it. And Valerian and the City of 1,000... That's probably something...
We'll get into that a little bit later. I do want to talk about that. But I'm going down my list that I have now.
Oh, wait. Is this that?
It's that movie with the director from... what is that movie called? The Fifth Element, I believe.
No, that's Luc Besson.
Yeah.
That's the director of Taken.
Yeah. Right. Anywho,
why did they add
Spider-Man? I think that
I do have to ask, why on earth did they add a crazy extra title to the end of it?
I'm not sure.
Also,
I don't know. It just sounds like a movie that's going to be bad. Like, that title just feels 28% on Rotten Tomatoes for me. That's actually on my heck nah list.
Yeah, and then
I'm not looking.
And then we've also got, and then also with character names such as Rihanna as Bubble, a shape-shifting entertainer, and Ethan Hawke as Jolly the Pimp.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound interesting to me. It could prove me wrong, but I'm just not looking forward to seeing it. It does not look good. It looks like an early 2000s science fiction movie, which could be good, but I don't think it will be, because it should have been made in the early 2000s.
Personally, I think that Luc Besson should just make Taken 4. That's what he wants to do.
Those movies need to die. I like Taken. I love the first Taken. I thought it was great. Taken 2 and Taken 3, my friend said it best. It's like re-eating a pizza. It's just not. There's nothing new to the franchise after the second and third Taken movies. I just don't like them. I don't know. There's nothing interesting about them to me other than Liam Neeson being awesome. So
Yeah.
I mean, really, Liam Neeson could just make anything sound awesome. But going back to comic book movies, the next one I have on my list is Justice League. This might be one of my most anticipated comic book films ever. I can't believe that we're getting a Justice League movie this year. After Batman v Superman, the theatrical cut, I wasn't that excited for it. But after I saw the Ultimate Edition, I cannot wait for this movie. I think it's going to be great. I just hope that Snyder gets to release his intended version of the film this time, and the studio doesn't cut down Justice League to bits and more profits on the Blu-ray, because that would hurt the theatrical run of the movie.
Yeah.
And I think that, we're getting very different versions of the characters that we grew up with, like Aquaman and the Flash. But I think that Ezra Miller as the Flash is going to be awesome, and I think that Jason Momoa as Aquaman is actually going to be kind of cool. He was the laughingstock of Batman v Superman, but I think in this film, it's pretty legit, pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to it. But I really think that the success of Justice League depends on the success of Wonder Woman. So that's my final thoughts on that. Next up, the Lego Batman movie is a movie I cannot wait to see. Yeah. We're very close to that movie, actually.
It comes out in February.
Next month. I'm looking forward to it.
That's going to be a good one. That's not the only Lego movie coming out, though. The other one is the other spin-off, the Lego Ninjago movie, which I think a lot of people forgot about it, but it actually looked all right, in my opinion.
It comes out this year?
Yeah, I just saw it. Where did it go? Hold on.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to play with the Ninjago Legos. That was a little bit after my time, though.
Yeah.
I did like them, though. I thought they were kind of cool. I remember my friends and I getting all the playing cards and stuff like that from Toys R Us and getting the sets that you would spin them like Beyblades almost on the thing.
Yeah. I think it was August.
That's just Lego trying to tell an original story.
No, okay.
Like
yeah, there it
Lego
is.
movie.
September 22nd. Supposed to have... Looks like it has a...
They'll start marketing that after the Lego Batman movie. They probably want to give the Lego Batman movie leeway. So...
Yeah. They had one trailer last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was like a quick little teaser.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
But as for the Lego Batman movie, I just think it looks like a lot of fun. I love Will Arnett's Lego Batman from the Lego movie. I just think it could be a lot of fun, and it looks hilarious. I love the trailers for that movie. The Comic-Con was one of the funniest ones I've ever seen. So, really, I just can't wait to see it.
I agree.
The next one that I have on the list is one that everybody's looking forward to in May, which is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I cannot wait to see this movie. I really, there's not much that I can say about this movie that hasn't already been said. I just think that it looks awesome. I think Baby Groot is adorable, and I think the soundtrack's going to be killer. I can't wait to hear another awesome mix and see Chris Pratt and them on the screen. And I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah. And you know where will be a good place to watch that movie?
Where?
In front of the new Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
I don't want to talk about that ride.
That's a throwback.
That ride took away my Twilight Zone.
That's a throwback to episode 1 of my podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You should be watching that, by the way.
You should. Go check out Jacob's podcast on his channel. Link in the description below.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, to be frankly honest with you, okay? This next one, okay? If I could see one comic book movie in 2017, this would be the one that I would choose, okay? Thor Ragnarok. I did not like the second Thor that much. I liked the first one. The second one's all right. But if I could pick one comic book movie to see this year, it would be Thor Ragnarok. I love the look, like the 80s styled logo. You have the Incredible Hulk in this movie. You Thor doing his own thing. It just sounds awesome. All of the concept art that we've seen has been really cool. And I love how the director has not done anything like this before. It could be really fun, really awesome, and really entertaining. You know what I mean? So I think that and it's Marvel, so you know that you're at least going to be getting an okay movie.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I
do too.
Actually can't wait for this.
And the final comic book movie that I have on the list is one that comes out in March that I love it. I love the look of this movie. I love the tone of this movie. Logan.
Oh, yes.
I cannot wait to see that and hear Johnny Cash sing throughout the entire song of Hurt throughout the entire movie.
It's just they play it on loop the whole movie.
The whole movie.
Oh,
if Johnny Cash singing Hurt isn't the entire movie, I'm going to be disappointed. Just kidding.
Okay.
But it's going to be so sad seeing Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman go as Professor X and Wolverine respectively. It just, you know, after you've seen these characters for so many years, more than a decade of playing the same characters, it just really is going to hit you in the feels. I've heard from the people that I know that are critics that have seen the first hour or so of the film. They said it was amazing and very emotional and really awesome. So I can't wait to see this movie.
Yeah.
The next one. Okay, this is actually one that not many people are looking forward to. Surprisingly to me, it blows my mind. But to me, I'm actually really looking forward to this because I was a big fan of the franchise back in the day, and that is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales.
Yeah, I think there's maybe some potential.
Yeah, I know that some people could just care less about this movie, but I'll tell you what, that trailer for this movie, it brought me back to the Pirates of the Caribbean that I knew. I like Pirates of the Caribbean. I like The Curse of the Black Pearl. I like Dead Man's Chest a lot. Those two are actually great. I know Dead Man's Chest has some problems, but I like it. At World's End is the one where I'm like, okay, it's fine. It did what it had to do. It ended the story. And then for some reason they made On Stranger Tides, which other than the mermaids, I don't really care for that much.
Yeah.
And the mermaids are because they're really awesome in the movie, not because they're mermaids, people. Just pointing that out there. But, well, that has something to do with it as well. But, hashtag by frame, like girls.
Yeah.
Anywho, but yeah, I think that Dead Man Tell No Tales looks great.
Yeah.
It feels different. The music in the trailer brought me back. Just the visuals, it just looks like a lot of fun to me. You know, it could revive the franchise. And with Johnny Depp as Captain Jack again, people are definitely going to go see this movie once they see him in the trailers. That's how they need to market this movie, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah. I just want to point
how cool
something
out go ahead.
Real quick. Hold on. Wait, what were you going to say? Because this is probably unrelated.
I was going to say, how cool would it be if they didn't show... They would never do this. How cool would it be if they didn't show Jack Sparrow in any of the marketing or any of the trailers, but they teased it? Like, maybe the posters were, like, wanted posters for Jack Sparrow.
That'd be kind of cool.
And, like, you're wondering what's happened to Jack Sparrow this whole time. And you have to wait until the movie to find out. And I feel like that could be so cool. And that's how you hype up a movie. But... they're not going to do that. Johnny Depp's in this movie as Captain Jack again. They're going to hype that up with him left and right. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, before we... because I was going to say, the next one we should talk about is film, adaptation films is what we should talk about next. But first, I would like to talk about... because I just found this out. The movie Going in Style, which I actually think looks good a little bit. Apparently he's being directed by Zach Braff.
Wait, really?
Yeah, which confused me because I know he's directed smaller things, but I mostly know him of Scrubs fame. And apparently it's a remake of a 1979 film of the same name. Same idea.
I'm not sure.
It starred George Burns, Art Carney, and Lee Strasberg.
Sounds interesting. I don't know. I didn't even know that was coming out until you just said something about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, well. Well, going down my list, the next one, man, this is one that I cannot wait to see. I think it looks awesome. Then again, before we even talk about this movie, you need to understand something about me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The first Alien movie was incredible to me. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies ever. And then James Cameron came along and took the place of Ridley Scott to direct the sequel, Aliens. And Aliens is a great movie alone as well. Those movies are fantastic. Now, anything after that, Alien 3, the director's cut, I don't love. David Fincher, his intended version was just completely scrapped. I could tell in the theatrical cut. It's not the story he wanted to tell, and he even says, I didn't direct that film now to this day. And then you have Alien Resurrection, which I don't like at all, and all the Alien Predator movies, which I'm not a fan of. But then came along Prometheus. And okay, prepare yourself. I really liked Prometheus. I really like Prometheus a lot. The crew, sure, they're kind of stupid. They're taking off their helmets, doing stuff, whatever. I don't care. As long as the movie is good for me, the movie is good. I enjoyed Prometheus. It's a little bit lengthy at times. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Alien Covenant just looks completely stunning to me. It looks terrifying. It looks scary. And it's everything that I feel like an alien movie should be. It's a little bit cliche, but aren't the others as well? And so to me, the return of the Xenomorph marks a return to the franchise. And for me, I love that kind of stuff. And I cannot wait to see where Ridley Scott goes with this movie. It just blew my mind, that first trailer. You know the movie is going to be hardcore whenever you don't even have a Green Band trailer for the movie.
Yeah.
And that's so cool to me. They're sticking with their hard R, terrifying, scary horror roots. And I love that. I think it's so cool. And so this movie just looks like really entertaining and a return to form for me. And I can't wait to see it. And speaking of giant monsters coming back to the screen, we also have Kong Skull Island, which is going to be released this year, which I actually think looks pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I've seen the trailers. It looks pretty decent.
Yeah, and John Goodman's in it, and Samuel L. Jackson, and that whole crew. Man, it could just be a really fun time. And I love the movie poster for it. If you haven't seen the poster, definitely go check it out. It's really stylized, and it just looks really cool to me. And speaking of movies, okay, the first Kingsman, Kingsman, The Secret Service. I did not expect that to be good, but you know what I thought of it? I thought it was incredible. And Matthew Vaughn is a very talented guy, and he's kind of started this franchise of Kingsman now. And this year we're getting Kingsman: The Golden Circle, which is the sequel to Kingsman, film that I loved. So I can't wait to see that. I just think it looks fun.
Yeah.
And going back to franchise movies now.
Oh wait, you know what comes out it comes out the same weekend as Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
What comes out?
Well, that weekend is October 6th. Blade Runner 2049 comes out that weekend, which is a good movie.
Oh, man, I cannot wait to see that. I love the first Blade Runner. I'm glad you brought it up, because I forgot to put that on my list.
Yeah.
But I can't believe that.
I am just going to say, that's not the movie I intended to bring up. I just felt like bringing that up to get your hopes up and then dash them expertly.
Oh. We'll see. I can't wait to see Blade Runner 2049. The visuals, everything about it. Harrison Ford, Ryan Gosling. Can't wait to see that. That might be one of my most anticipated of the year if Star Wars weren't coming out.
And that'll be a good movie. Both of those will be good movies. But neither of them will be able to beat the juggernaut that is My Little Pony the movie from good old Lionsgate and Hasbro Studios / Allspark Studios, whatever the heck they're calling themselves now.
I'm just gonna leave this podcast now. I'm done.
I mean, hey.
I'm done. No, don't you dare bring up My Little Pony in the midst of Blade Runner.
Everybody knows that Star Wars: The Force Awakens paled in comparison to the road chip.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore after that statement, Jacob.
All right, I'm just kidding though.
I know.
I didn't even know this was coming out, by the way.
Are you looking at a list online?
Yeah, I'm looking. Like, what is it gonna be? Like all CGI or? Yep, there it is. The film is produced and financed by Hasbro Studios, film label Allspark Pictures. That's what I thought.
Gee, what an original name. Allspark Pictures. I wonder where they got that name from.
Well, I mean, that
Maybe
is kind of...
franchise.
Don't you think... I mean, that is kind of creative. I mean, that's what they called themselves, because they were like, well, Transformers was the first movie we made, so why not?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll give them that.
I mean, where the heck did J.J. Abrams get Bad Robot from? Explain that.
I'm not sure.
You don't even know.
I'm not a true fan. I'm sorry.
I win. Speaking of...
Do you know? How did you get the name? I'm curious now.
I don't know.
Oh, well, gee. Well, you destroyed my hopes and dreams.
I'm on Wikipedia. I'll look.
Okay. In the meantime, let's talk about War for the Planet of the Apes, a movie that I think looks absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see that. I love Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Both of those genuinely great movies. I cannot. The motion capture in those, the motion capture in the Planet of the Apes films are absolutely amazing. I love how real the apes look, and it's hard for me to tell that they're CG. That's how good it is, and it just shows how long we've come technologically with cinema and stuff. And I think it blows my mind. And with Michael Rooker, I believe. No, wait, not Michael Rooker. Man, what's his name? Woody Harrelson in War for the Planet of the Apes. It's going to be something special. And I cannot wait to see how this series maybe ends. We're not sure yet. But if the humans aren't successful, it will be a planet of apes. And going into... Okay, this is one that I'm curious about, and then I'll let you get into what you're saying.
I found out where the name comes from.
I'm curious.
According to... It says, although some fans believe that the name comes from a line in the animated film The Iron Giant, Abrams told Entertainment Weekly that it simply came to him during a writer's meeting. So he was just I came up with the name.
I like the Iron Giant story a little bit more.
Yeah.
Anyway, great movie if you haven't seen that, by the way. But we're gonna do a speed round real quick for the last few. I'm gonna name some out. You're gonna say if you like it, if you don't, and what you're looking forward to see. One that completely surprised me, and I can't wait to see this. I think it could go both ways, but I think it looks actually pretty good, and that's Power Rangers. I didn't grow up with the Power Rangers. I really didn't. I'm not a massive fan by any means, and I've never really been a fan of the franchise. But this looks absolutely stunning to me. It looks like Chronicle. And so I just think it looks like a lot of fun, and I think it looks pretty cool. Except for Rita Repulsa, which I think looks like garbage. I don't like Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa.
Yeah.
But Bryan Cranston as Zordon is going to be great, hopefully.
Yeah,
okay, you're about to take my man card away from me, okay? But I'm looking forward to this, and I don't care what anyone says. Pitch Perfect 3.
Yeah. I actually expected you to say that.
Oh, see, I like Pitch Perfect. I love the first Pitch Perfect. The second one's all right. It's all right. But I can't wait to see it. I like music. I like acapella. And I'm like, you know what? My girl Anna Kendrick's in this movie. I'll go see it. I think it looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, well, there's not a trailer, but I'm sure I will like it.
Oh,
Hopefully.
Look at that. In December, there's another movie where Mark Wahlberg is in a franchise about robots.
What is it?
December 22nd, The $6 Billion Man by Dimension Films.
Ooh, that'll be interesting, maybe.
It is, of course.
Isn't that based on a show?
Yeah, it's based on The $6 Million Man. They had to bump it up to billion because apparently people...
Million's not a much anymore.
Yeah, apparently people don't believe that you can build a man for $6 million. Yeah. Also coming out in November.
Yeah, but you can build a machine.
Yeah. So you want to talk about some animated movies that are coming out?
In a second. I want to talk about these last two movies, and then we'll get into the heck nah category.
Okay.
And then the optimistic, which we'll kind of talk about some animated stuff.
Wait.
The last two I have on my heck yeah, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I'm actually looking forward to Fist Fight, that movie with Ice Cube. And I forgot his name, but it's about the two teachers that are going to get in a fight after school, and the other teachers are trying to help the scrawny guy win against the big guy, but they all know that he's going to lose. It just looks like a really funny comedy to me. Can't wait to see it.
I didn't hear about that.
And just look up the trailer. It's really wacky, but it looks like a really fun comedy.
Okay.
And the final movie on my heck yeah list is Beauty and the Beast. I want to see it because Disney's been on a hot streak with their live action translations of their animated classic films, and I just think it looks really good. And Emma Watson as Belle is almost a perfect fit. That's almost like dream casting for me, you know? So, yeah. And now we get into the heck nah.
I thought we were going to talk about animated movies real quick.
We can do that. What did you have on?
Well, let's talk about the good ones before we talk about the ones that look bad. Let's see. Ones that look good to me are, surprisingly, that Smurfs movie actually looks really good.
Oh, not for me.
What are you talking about?
I cannot wait to see that.
What?
I can't. I don't want to see that. I just said I can't wait to see that for some reason.
It looks good to me.
It just looks like a generic kids movie though to me, and it doesn't look
I don't
special.
know.
It didn't make me feel like the Smurfs. It just looks like a movie for very young kids.
Well, which is more the
It could be
Smurfs?
interesting though.
This movie
All right,
or all
okay,
those
well,
or
yeah,
those two other
yeah.
ones?
I don't want to talk about that, Jacob.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
All right, let's see what else.
yeah. But I can respect your opinion. That's your opinion. Okay, I got it.
Oh, great! They're making a Captain Underpants movie. I totally wanted that. I didn't even.
Well, it has potential.
I didn't even like the
Just
books.
saying.
I didn't even like
What?
the books.
Oh, I loved the books when I was a kid.
Okay. Now that I see it's DreamWorks, maybe. Because I mean, DreamWorks is good.
It could be special.
I like DreamWorks.
Jacob, why haven't we talked about the animated film that everyone is looking forward to and cannot wait, and everyone asked to see, the Emoji Movie?
Oh.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, moving swiftly on. Cars 3.
On.
We talked about that
Yeah.
extensively over on my channel. But yeah, let's sum up our thoughts.
That's actually on my optimistic
Looks
list.
good.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I think the animation's stellar. So if anything, we're gonna get a really cool animated film.
Yeah.
Pixar doesn't tend to let me down, but with the Cars movies, they're all right. Nobody really wanted Cars 3, but after seeing the trailer, everybody's now kind of on board. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Really.
I'm still not sure how to feel about Despicable Me 3. It didn't look as bad as everybody thought it was gonna look. And
But it's just still
the fact that they did really downplay the Minions was good. I think they're finally realizing, hey, maybe people don't like Minions.
hopefully
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
Oh, no.
okay.
It looks all right. It doesn't look like anything special to me though.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for the second one that much.
But yeah. How about Blazing
I like
Samurai?
no. What?
Blazing Samurai. It's supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to
Haven't heard of
be.
it.
And well, from what I can tell, and also because Mel Brooks is in it, it's supposed to be
Ooh.
sort of a retelling of Blazing Saddles, but as an animated film, and also with samurai. Yeah, it says it right
That
here.
might be interesting. I like Blazing
It
Saddles.
says it right here. The film was revealed to be inspired by the Mel Brooks classic film Blazing Saddles.
Could be interesting. You never know.
Yeah.
But
That's by, I think it's. Hold on. I'm trying to see what. No, Open Road Films and Sony Pictures is making it, apparently, as well. Open Road has made some good stuff.
yeah.
All
All
right,
right,
I'll tell you what I'm
so-
really on the fence about. That, what is it? The Boss Baby or whatever?
Oh, it looks so stupid, but everyone's looking forward to it for some reason. It just doesn't look good to me.
Yeah.
I like Alec Baldwin though,
Yeah.
so I may go
I'm
see
really
it for
on the
him.
fence about it. Again, so we already talked about the My Little Pony movie.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Okay, Pixar has one more movie coming out at the end of the year,
Yeah.
which is Coco, which looks really good, especially the animation.
Yeah, the animation was stellar in that little teaser they dropped a few weeks ago. Okay, now going into that's really all I can think of.
Yeah, other than hold on.
Other than the last night, LOL, just kidding.
Well, I mean, if you want to get technical, yeah. I mean,
Hey, yeah.
unless you're talking about Mark Wahlberg.
that animated character that he plays in the movie, heck yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I just realized what we missed. And I just
What?
praised Open Road Films as well. The Nut Job 2.
And moving on. Okay, now we're talking about there's another movie that I forgot to mention that I'm looking forward to seeing. I forgot about this. That Cloverfield movie.
Oh yeah. God Particle. It's supposed to be
man.
releasing October.
Well,
27th.
God Particle was supposed to come out in February, but apparently it was moved. But nobody's really sure when this Cloverfield movie is coming out. They said October, but then everybody was like, "But wait, JJ said God Particle was Cloverfield coming out in February," and now everyone's confused.
Yeah.
And so, are we getting two? Are we getting one? We don't know. But I'll tell you what, you know me, I'm all up in the Cloververse. I love Cloverfield. I love 10 Cloverfield Lane. And I can't wait to see where Bad Robot goes with this franchise because I love Bad Robot. They never let me down. I'd love to work there one day. Please, JJ, hook me up. But, it could be kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to it. And that's really the last ones I can say that I'm really looking forward to. And now I just have the optimistic pile and the heck nah pile.
Yeah.
And we've already talked about a few on the heck nah pile already. But let's kick things off with the heck nah pile with The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise. I was not sold on this movie until I saw the trailer that IMAX accidentally uploaded with no audio. Oh, it was funniest crap I've seen all day. I loved it. But man, it just looks so bad to me. Like they used the same audio bite of Tom Cruise screaming twice in the same clip. It doesn't look good to me at all. And this is coming from someone that actually liked the Brandon Fraser Mummy movies. Except for the third one. I don't like the third one.
Now, I want to agree with you. I really do. I mean, maybe the movie will be bad, but here's my thing about it. As a fan of the Transformers series and as a fan of Transformers Prime, I am personally a big fan of Alex Kurtzman and Robert Orci's work. They did a fantastic job with Prime, specifically.
But that was also an animated show, though.
Yeah, that was an animated show, but he's directing this movie. Well, hold on. Let's see. Has he directed anything
And
else?
It's hard to take a leap, though, from animation to live action. Brad Bird did it pretty well from animated films like Ratatouille and The Incredibles to Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, which is a fantastic movie.
He directed a different movie. Let me see how it was received. Okay, it was some movie called People Like Us, and it was received okay. We had mixed reviews. But it also apparently came out the same weekend as Ted.
See, yeah, and that's probably why it failed.
Why it suffered.
But see, here's my thing. Okay, my thing with this movie is it's Universal trying too hard. Make a good Mummy movie to tell a good Mummy movie. Make a really entertaining movie and then focus on building stuff from it. But no, Universal's like, hey, cinematic universes are all the crazy days. Marvel, DC, we've got monsters. Let's make a monster cinematic universe and have them fight a big monster at the end after they team up.
No, wait, I did want to...
And that to me makes no sense. They're focusing so much on that they're forgetting to make good films. Nobody remembers Dracula Untold because it sucked, because it wasn't a good movie. They were focusing too hard on the cinematic aspect of it. And that it just had a lot of problems for me. But this movie, like, the only thing that I'm remotely excited about seeing isn't even Tom Cruise. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, played by Russell Crowe, because I like Russell Crowe a lot. So, really, that's the only thing that I'm looking forward to in this movie. It just doesn't look good. The Mummy doesn't look cool to me. It just doesn't look like a fun movie. It just looks really stupid, which is something I don't want to say about The Mummy.
Now, you do say this, and like I said before, I do want to agree, but I would like to bring up who one of the writers is, and that would be Christopher McQuarrie.
That's true.
Yeah, and he's written... first off, he directed...
And he's directed a lot of cool stuff, like Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
Yeah, he directed the most recent Mission Impossible, which was good. He directed the first Jack Reacher, which was good. He wrote both of those, and he's written a lot of movies. He wrote... Holy crap, he wrote a lot. Oh, he even was... Apparently, he was the uncredited script doctor on Rogue One.
Jacob, though, did you not see that trailer, though? It just looks so bad.
Yeah, I saw the trailer, but sometimes trailers can be bad.
That's true. I've seen a lot of... And I'm not saying the movie's going to suck. It can 100% prove me wrong. I've seen bad trailers for good movies. I've seen good trailers for bad movies. So, it can prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But before we get off topic entirely and talking about the Mummy and stuff, because that's a whole other topic for another day, I could rant on that all day long, but I'm choosing not to. Let's talk about another movie I don't want to see, Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, starring Vin Diesel.
Well, did anybody really?
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. Anywho, another movie I don't want to see, it's actually that horror film written by Jordan Peele, the Get Out. It just doesn't look good to me, and It just doesn't look good at all. I laughed whenever I saw the trailer. I almost thought it was a Funny or Die sketch the first time I saw the trailer, believe it or not, which is never a good sign.
Well, maybe it's supposed to be
For
comedy
me, it
horror.
was.
I mean, it is written by Jordan Peele.
That's true, but the trailer makes it seem like it's being a serious horror film, and so I don't know. I don't know. It's just a me thing, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Oh, we missed
But
sort of a animated film. It's a film called Animal Crackers, but it's not coming
they're
out
not
over
making
here.
that into a movie, are they?
What?
Are they seriously making that into a movie?
Well, it's like I'm trying to figure out how it's
Food fight.
No. Follows the Huntington family whose life is turned upside down when they. Okay, that's kind of clever. Here's the premise. Animal Crackers follows the Huntington family whose life is turned upside down when they inherit a rundown circus and a mysterious box of animal crackers, which magically change the person who eats them into the animal they've eaten. That's actually kind of clever.
That's somewhat clever.
And it's got a good
Yeah.
it's got a good voice cast. It's got John Krasinski plays the main character.
I'm in.
Danny DeVito plays a character.
All right, when you said John Krasinski, I'm on board now. He's my man. I like John Krasinski.
Yeah, not only him, but also Ian McKellen, Danny DeVito, Sylvester Stallone, Patrick Warburton. Oh, look at that. Patrick Warburton's playing a character named Brock, as opposed to Brock Baker playing Patrick Warburton.
Oh, yeah. Well, that concludes my list for the heck nah list that I don't want to see. As for the optimistic ones, there's a few that we haven't talked about that I quickly want to run down because I don't want to talk for too much longer on this podcast. But the first one, The Dark Tower, I won't believe this movie exists until I actually sit down and see it. Yeah, Darren Burrell said that on Screen Junkies too, and I was like, you know what, I agree with that. So that's really how I feel about that. But I'm looking forward to it. It's based on a Stephen King novel, and it stars Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba.
Okay, you had me on Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba, but you kind of lost me with
Stephen King.
Stephen King adaptation.
The books are very critically acclaimed.
Well, yeah.
But at the same time, we all know how Stephen King's movies turn out for the most part.
Even the one that he made himself. I'm gonna scare the heck out of you with an action movie that is not scary in the least.
The soda machine kills people in that movie.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think that movie was supposed to be. I really don't think that movie was supposed to be a horror movie.
I don't think it was either. It's really ridiculous, but it actually has promise. I think it could be kind of cool. The next one, The Great Wall, starring Matt Damon,
and Donald
actually, Trump. About the Chinese people fighting the dragons. You know, it could be kind of cool. I think it could be kind of fun, but I'm not sure yet, so that's why I'm optimistic about it.
Yeah.
Baywatch pretty funny. I'm looking forward to that. I like Zac Efron. I like The Rock. It could be kind of fun. Now, we haven't heard anything about this, but World War Z 2. First World War Z I actually liked. I thought it was pretty cool. It had some problems, but I enjoyed it for the most part. And so I can't wait to see where they take the story for the sequel.
Yeah.
And there's two more on the list. One is Jumanji.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that. I just have mixed feelings about it as a person. But until I see a trailer, I'm not going to make a final call.
Yeah. Speaking of movies that have The Rock in them, I think. Hold on. There was another one similar. No, it was similar to Baywatch because I was like, oh, that's coming out and Baywatch is coming out? Oh, Chips.
I'm not sure.
March 24th, Chips. It's supposed to have Michael Pena, Vincent D'Onofrio. I can't remember who that is. Oh, he's like a bald fella.
Huh. Oh, well, the final movie that I have on my optimistic list is Ghost in the Shell. Fantastic anime. I'm not a big anime guy, though, but it's pretty cool. But that being said, animated live-action film can very much hit or miss.
Yeah.
And I think this looks cool, all right? It looks straight out the anime, some shots. But just because you have something visually stunning that can replicate a panel from a comic or from an anime still from a short, it doesn't mean that it's going to translate well. But I have hope for it. I do. I like Scarlett Johansson. It could be interesting. I think it has a lot of potential. And that's where I'm going to end the podcast for now. So in short, Jacob, what is your most anticipated movie? What's your least anticipated movie to see in 2017?
Okay, so my most anticipated movie. Well, actually, can I have two?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, my first highly anticipated one is definitely Transformers: The Last Knight. I'm a big fan of that franchise. And then my second most anticipated movie, I had to go with like one that'll be guaranteed to be good, is probably, I'm gonna have to go. Oh geez, that's a tough one. Probably have to go with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Sweet. And my most anticipated is definitely Star Wars Episode 8 and Justice League. And followed by that, I would say that my least anticipated movie is I really just don't want to see. The Mummy is one that I really don't want to see. Emoji Movie is one that I really just don't want to see. But I'm going to do it anyway to get out those reviews because that's what I do. So guys, thank you so much for listening in on the real...
I think it's my least anticipated.
Oh, I apologize. Go ahead.
It's fine.
I forgot to tell you.
Okay, so my least anticipated is... hold on. Wasn't there that stupid... Rings? Was that?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I don't see that anywhere. Did that already come out?
No, it got pushed back.
Oh.
It was supposed to come out this month.
Okay. Well, then the ones I'm not, the ones that look kind of uninteresting to me, definitely My Little Pony the movie. I'm not gonna see that. And then
yeah, definitely not gonna see that. I'm not a brony.
Definitely The Nut Job 2. Then is my last one. Both animated movies, but both look really bad.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening on the podcast today. What's your most anticipated movie and what's your least anticipated movie? Let us know down in the comments below. As always, I'm Frame by Frame. Remember the name. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, Jacob, thanks for being on the show with me. Go check out his channel, Shadowblade Film Productions. And where else can they follow you on social media and stuff?
You can find me on Twitter at Shadowblade Film. Also on Twitter at Jacob the Hill. And that's about it.
All right, sweet. Well, thank you guys so much for listening in. Please like, comment, and subscribe like I just said. And we will see you guys in the next Frame by Frame film review in the next episode of The Real Deal. Thank you guys.